When did you expose a teacher for who they really were? Everyone at my school warned me about my honors teacher, Mr. Moby, the head of the honors department who failed the smartest students our school had ever seen. We've had students with IQs of 165, the same IQ as Albert Einstein, come out of his class crying. Their spirits were so broken from him that they wouldn't even apply to college. People had sent me articles about all the awards he had won and how he's taught students all across the planet. He's never married anyone, and he's adopted 3 children of his own. He was a walking mystery that I wanted to understand. But when I started his class, I was so anxious that morning that I forgot to bring a pencil. Before I could ask anyone in the room for a pencil, he immediately called me out and said there's no borrowing in his class, and I had to watch his lecture and memorize. Not only that, but he also dropped my grade down an entire letter and told me to meet him after school. After school, I was so sick to my stomach, nervous waiting outside his classroom. I listened into what he was saying inside. He was talking to another student about an assignment they were working on. He sounded super proud and kind to them, and I even heard him say, "Excellent job, sweetie." I thought something strange was happening, so I walked into the classroom and I was greeted by a little girl doing her homework. Mr. Moby looked at me in confusion and said, "Can I help you?" I told him I was here about the pencil incident I had in his first period class. When he remembered, he told the little girl to sit in the classroom and to keep working on her homework. That's my daughter Jolie. It's her first day of 2nd grade. I wondered why she was at my high school so late in the day. So I asked Mr. Moby why he wanted to see me after class since I already got my grade dropped. He sat me down and asked, "Do you have a pencil right now?" Embarrassed, I told him I still didn't have one. "That's your problem, young lady. I'm sure you've heard many stories about me, how I've made students cry and so forth. My job as a teacher is to ensure that I foster the greatest minds of tomorrow. The greatest minds are those who come to the world prepared. Do you understand me?" I told him I did. Since then, for the entire school year, I worked closely with Mr. Moby. He taught me the importance of being early no matter the time. He always said that showing up to his class on time was showing up late. He made sure that I did my homework before anything else in my life. I never procrastinated a single assignment while I was with him. It was difficult being his student, but I knew it would pay off. He understood that I wanted to get into an Ivy League school, so he was especially tougher on me. He told me that all of my education would happen outside the classroom, that Ivy League students were those who fostered their mind in the real world, outside of our school walls. So I took it upon myself to start a community food drive in my hometown, with the assistance of Mr. Moby. Some weekends he'd invite my family and me over for dinner and would tell us stories about how he traveled the world. But one day in class he told us terrible news. "Class, I've always been transparent with you all, so that's why I'm telling you this. I've been diagnosed with cancer and will be retiring after this school year ends." Some kids celebrated because they hated Mr. Moby, but I knew just how hard things would get for him. I asked him why wait for the end of the school year. He should just leave now. He told me, "My entire life, I've never let anything come between me and my goals. I'm committed to teaching you all, so that's what I'll do." For the rest of the school year, I watched Mr. Moby's health get worse. He was taking more medications and would throw up during his after-school sessions. Despite everything, he never gave up, so I also never gave up. All of my grades and all of my classes improved drastically, and I took better care of my health like he asked me to. By the time I finished, I went from being number 24 in my class to being number 3, and was on a fast track to getting into my Ivy League university. By the end of the summer that year, Mr. Moby passed away. It was brutal knowing all of his kids became foster kids again, but my parents are looking to see if they can adopt them themselves. I'll never forget what Mr. Moby taught me. He was early just like he said he was. I'm sure the angels were surprised to see him so soon.